Hi students, good morning. So in last class we discussed fertilization and implantation. What is fertilization? Fusion of sperm with egg. It results to formation of zygote. A fusion of haploid sperm with haploid egg to form diploid zygote. The process what we are called as fertilization. So these fertilization successfully occurred in oviduct. A part of oviduct that is a junction of isthmus and ampulla or isthmic ampullary junction. So where the successful fertilization is occurred. So the fertilization occur only in the junction of isthmus and ampulla. At the time of just meet the sperm with the egg. The egg is in the form of secondary oocyte. At the time of meet, the stimulus occurred in the egg, starts the second meiotic subdivisions from metaphase second. So when the sperm, the head of sperm which entered into the ovum, during which it completes the second meiotic subdivision, results emit of a second polar body, push out the second polar body as it forms, that is pronucleus of egg or ovum. That pronucleus of ovum and pronucleus of sperm which combine to form the piece, a diploid nuclei which consists both maternal and paternal chromosomes, one set of paternal chromosome, one set of maternal chromosomes. As it restores a total number of chromosomes, that is 46, that is it leads to formation of diploid zygote is formed. So these fertilization takes place in the junction of ampullary isthmic junction. So that's why not all copulations which successful. So number of copulations or the coitus occurred in between a couple, in between male and female, but all copulations are not success. All copulations are not fertilized. So only at the time of the egg release after 14th day, during which maybe copulation is occurred, then maybe that is that copulation or coitus maybe that is succeed or successful. The fertilization is successful. That is that's why not all copulations are not fertilized. So after fertilization, within 24 to 30 hours, that zygote present in the oviduct, there itself the cleavage starts. The cleavage is nothing but the cell division, that is mitotic cell division occurred in the zygote. The mitotic division starts in the zygote. That mitotic division starts only in the oviduct or in the isthmus. So at the time of traveling, that zygote from isthmus to uterus, the cleavage leads to that division starts to formation of 2 cells. After 4 cells, so the second mitotic cell division, it reduces the time. So first 24 to 30 hours, after 20 hours, like little bit the time will be reduced from division by division. So as it leads to 2 cell, 4 cell, 8 cell, 16 cell, 32 cell, like. So the cells After division, what the cells present in the zygote, we call it as those are blastomers. Blastomers. So 8 to 16 blastomers which are present in the first embryonic stage, that is morula. 16 to 32 cell stage of blastomas present, that is what we have called as second embryonic stage is called as blastula. After 32 cells, the next future cell divisions, it leads to third embryonic stage which is called as gastrula. So first embryonic stage, second embryonic stage, third embryonic stage. Later, how it is development we discussed. So like at the time of blastula stage, that is mitotic cell division starts in the isthmus, while it is entered into uterus or uterine cavity, maybe it leads 4 cells or 8 cells or 16 cell stage. During that stage, what we call that is 8 to 16, that is morula, up to 3 days while the zygote entered into uterus, in the uterus it is the freely movement occurred in the uterine cavity of a genital tract or female reproductive system. But after 3 days, during which the morula is entered into blastula stage, second stage, the cells of blastula, that is human blastula, which is called as blastocyst. So these blastocysts, which is attached to endometrium layer of uterus. So at the time of attachment of these blastocysts on endometrium, so what we write, that is a diagram of blastocyst. The entire blastocyst, externally one layered cells are there. The covering of one layered cells of blastula, or that is what we are called as blastocyst, is called as that layer what we are called as trophoblast. Blastocyst which covered with a layer of cells. That layer of cells called as trophoblast. At the time of implantation, that is nothing but attachment of blastocyst on endometrium, that is implantation. During implantation, the cells of trophoblast which release certain enzymes, certain proteolytic enzymes. So these enzymes, for example, it is the endometrium. So at the time of the blastocyst which secrete the enzymes which digest a certain part of endometrium, it leads to formation of little bit depression. One sudden gunitara formation agate. Aditara, what the depression formed, these entire blastocysts attached to the endometrium. So during the same time, while the blastocyst attached to endometrium, the rapid uterine cells, that is endometrium cells, which shows rapid or active divisions. That active divisions in endometrium, it leads to complete cover the blastocyst. That is implantation is complete. Implantation is complete. Got it? So within 5 days of after implantation, that entire blastocyst which completely cover the endometrial cells. So that is successful implantation is occurred. That successful implantation, it leads to pregnancy. The successful implantation leads to starting of pregnancy period. Got it? So in that, so just we write the structure of blastocyst. So that is outer covering layers of blastocyst is called as trophoblast. The function of trophoblast is which secrete the enzymes during attachment, and also after implantation, these trophoblast layer which produce a number of finger-like projections in the endometrium, which helps to form attachment on endometrium. Endometrium alli correct ಆಗಿ ಒಂದು ಕಡೆ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿಕ್ಕೆ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. So the function of trophoblast which secrete the enzymes for implantation and also which produce a finger-like projections, we discussed here what those are. So inner to trophoblast, a group of cells or a mass of cells, that is what we are called as, those are inner cell mass. Inner cell mass. So these inner cell mass which developed as embryo in future. During embryonic development, these the cells of inner mass cells which take part in formation of entire embryo. So even in the blastocyst there is a cavity called as blastocele. It is the cavity of blastocyst. It is filled with the blastocelic fluid. Blastocelic fluid. The fluid filled in the blastocyst. So next, after implantation starts the pregnancy period. So now we'll ನೋಡಬಹುದು at the time of fertilization, zygote form, first cleavage, day second 2 cell stage, day 2 4 cell stage, day 3 that is morula stage. So morula stage ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ the zygote of divided cell mass, that is the zygote, or morula stage, that is the primitive embryo which entered into the uterus. Got it? Day 6 or 7 after, that is fertilized blastocyst take part in implantation. So implantation ನಿಮಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಸರ್, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಬಹುದು. So number of finger-like projections which are produced by these blastocyst. In the blastocyst, there here indicates designates stem cells, that is pluriparent, that is nothing but those stem cells which helps to production of different types of tissues and organs in the embryo. Those cells which are present inside the inner cell mass. It is same diagram. It is blastocyst. It is 16 celled, 8 celled, 4 celled, 2 celled at the time of fertilization. So here the referrer there is marked. So what stage of ಇಲ್ಲಿ fertilize ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ? So zygote 2 cell stage, 4 cell stage, 8 cell, like that. After that is morula, it is entered. So it is also attachment. So it is the uterine cavity. The uterine cavity in ತೋರಿಸಿದ ರೆಡ್ ಕಲರ್ಡ್ ಎಲ್ಲ uterine cavity. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇದು ಎಂಡೋಮೆಟ್ರಿಯಂ. ಎಂಡೋಮೆಟ್ರಿಯಂ ಅಟ್ಯಾಚ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. See what is after implantation, starting of pregnancy period. So ಮೊದಲೇ ಹೇಳಿದೆ ನಾನು outer trophoblast layer blastocyst ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರತಕ್ಕಂತ trophoblast cells, these trophoblast cells which produce a number of finger-like projections. So these finger-like projections which are called as chorionic villi. Finger-like projections produced by trophoblast layer of blastocyst, which are called as chorionic villi. So these chorionic villi, which helps to attachment of endometrium in the uterine wall, as chorionic villi and the uterine, that is endometrium tissue, that is uterine tissue, which combine together to form a structural and functional unit present in between a maternal tissue or maternal body and fetus. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಕಾಣ್ತಾ ಇರಬಹುದು, it is the fetus. So totally it is blastocyst or gastrula stage ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಬಹುದು ನಾವು. After gastrula only there is formation of embryo. Now blastocyst ಆಗ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. So what those are? See here, these are chorionic villi produced by these trophoblasts. So in contact, so ivella chorionic villi. So chorionic villi which firmly attached to the endometrium tissue. Endometrium tissue ಒಳಗಡೆ ಅಟ್ಯಾಚ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಆ ಯುಟರೈನ್ ಟಿಶ್ಯೂ ಮತ್ತೆ chorionic villi. So both joined, both combined, both together. ಯಾವ್ಯಾವ ಕಂಬೈನ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ? chorionic villi and uterine tissue, that is endometrium tissue. Both combined together or integrated to form a structure, that is the structure. What the integrated formed by chorionic villi and uterine tissue combinedly, which is structurally and functionally, that functional unit in between fetus and maternal body, that is what we are called as placenta. Very important. The chorionic villi and uterine tissue. Chorionic villi and uterine tissue combine together and integrated unit. Integrated unit. It is structural and functional unit between fetus and maternal body. Maternal body is called placenta. The structural and functional unit between fetus and maternal body. The structural and functional unit present in between mother and baby, a fetus and maternal body. So that is what we are called as placenta. So you can't go. So just where the attachment of placenta to a fetus, we call it as umbilical cord, which form a continuous pipe-like structure. So as it is a placental body, that placenta is nothing but an organic connection between mother and fetus. Simple again, an organic connection between mother and fetus. It is the structural and functional unit present in between fetus and uterus, that is maternal body. That is what we are called as placenta. What is the functions of placenta? So why these placenta formed in between mother and baby or maternal body and fetus? Functions of placenta. Placenta supply oxygen and nutrients from mother to fetus. So most of the nutrients the baby is not able to suck, the baby is not able to digest. Got it? So as at the time of a small, a primitive embryo or fetus, which take the nutrients, because of at the time of development of these embryo cells, they require more, that is oxygen and nutrients for growth and development of the baby, during which most of the nutrients which are taken from mother, that is the nutrients present in the blood of maternal tissue or mother, which are transported to fetus. That is the major function of placenta. As it is also supply the oxygen. So placenta is also called as the lungs of fetus and karibo. Lungs of fetus. So at that time, the complete respiratory system is not developed in the baby or in the fetus. So that's why here the oxygen is taken from the blood of mother. It is received that oxygen and supplied to the baby, because the oxygen is required for the digestion of these nutrients. Got it? So what the requirements of those digestion, which are also supplied by mother only. In the cells of fetus, in the presence of oxygen, those once again which break down to release the energy. That energy is required for the growth and development of the baby. So like the placenta, it acts as a transport system. It acts as a transport system, a circulatory system. Got it? It transports both the oxygen and nutrients. So oxygen ತಗೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಡೈಆಕ್ಸೈಡ್ ಬಿಡಲೇಬೇಕು ಅಲ್ವಾ? So at the time of in the cells, that is the respiratory product, that is carbon dioxide, is also released. As it removes means placenta removes carbon dioxide and waste metabolic or metabolic wastes metabolic wastes are nothing but nitrogenous wastes. Nitrogenous wastes from fetus to maternal blood. So maternal blood release model as the placenta acts as a kidney. How that? Placenta acts as a kidney or placenta acts as an excretory system. So that is a removal of carbon dioxide and removal of metabolic waste or nitrogenous waste formed in the fetus, which are all transported towards the maternal blood, and those wastes are released from the kidney of mother. Those wastes which are purified by the kidney of mother. So because those systems completely excretory system is not well developed in that uterus. Got it? So as the placenta supply the oxygen and nutrients, as it removes the carbon dioxide and nitrogenous waste towards the maternal blood or mother's blood. Next, placenta acts as endocrine tissue or it acts as a endocrine gland. Placenta acts as endocrine gland. So endocrine gland means, you know, that is a gland is nothing but which secretes something. Based on supply of those secretions, there are two types of glands: exocrine gland and endocrine glands. Exocrine glands means the gland secrete, the secretion passes through the duct. ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಪೈಪ್ ಮೂಲಕ ಟಾರ್ಗೆಟ್ ಆರ್ಗನ್ಗೆ ರೀಚ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಅವನ್ನ exocrine glands ಅಂತೀವಿ. The gland which secretes secretion, the secretion reaches the target organ. Gland ಏನು secrete ಮಾಡುತ್ತೋ secretion, it reaches the target organ ಗೆ ಹೋಗಬೇಕು. But there is no ducts, there is no pipe-like structures for the transport of those secretions. Such glands what we are called as endocrine glands. So here placenta is also act as endocrine gland. Very important, the placenta secrete, it secretes hormones called HCG, that is human chorionic gonadotrophin. Human chorionic gonadotrophin. And HCl, that is human placental lactogen. Estrogen, progestogen, So these hormones which are secreted by placenta, the relaxin hormone which is secreted by both the ovary and placenta. So only during pregnancy period, that is last stages of pregnancy. At the time of pregnancy period only, the relaxin hormone is secreted. So as estrogen, progesterone, human placental lactogen, human chorionic gonadotrophin, so these hormones are secreted by these placenta, which required for the growth and development of baby, which required, that is HPL is required for to supply the energy for the baby. Estrogen and progesterone which are required to maintain the endometrium during the pregnancy period, as the relaxin hormone which is required for to relax the uterine muscles after parturition, after delivery. So during that stage, that is the even ovary and placenta releases certain hormones. That is that's why we mentioned here last stages of pregnancy period. Last stages of pregnancy period. So even at the time of pregnancy period, the most of the hormones are required. Along with these hormones, at the time of maternal blood, which consists high concentration of cortisol hormone, which are secreted by adrenal gland, prolactin hormone, which is secreted by pituitary gland, thyroxine hormone, which is secreted from thyroid glands, so the hormone concentration is more during pregnancy period. So because which required growth and development of fetus, metabolic changes in mother or maternal body, metabolic changes present during the pregnancy period. So that's why these hormones are required to the maternal body. So that's why more concentration of these hormones. Got it? So even maintenance of pregnancy. Maintenance of pregnancy. So that's why by these causes, these hormones are required. So like the placenta which secrete the hormones called human chorionic gonadotrophin, human placental lactogen, estrogen hormone, progesterogens, and even certain amount of relaxin hormones which secreted the later period of pregnancy. So these secretion from the placenta which transports towards the target organs of both mother and fetus without a duct, hence those are called as endocrine glands. Endocrine glands. So placenta store glycogen. Placenta stores glycogen due to incomplete development of storage organs like liver. That is, liver is not completely developed in the fetus, during which what the glucose, excess glucose converted into glycogen, the glycogen which is stored in the placenta only up to development of complete development of liver in the fetus. Hence it is placenta acts as a storage system. Got it? Placenta acts as a excretory system antadu. So here it acts as a storage system because the glycogen is stored due to incomplete development, not complete development of liver. Liver complete develop agovargu. So that is the glycogen is first stored in the liver only. Alva? So after excess glycogen, that liver is not able to complete storage. So that is once again stored in the, what is the tissue present just below the skin? Adipose tissue. That is fat storage tissue. Got it? So as before development of these, the glycogen stored in the placenta. So as placenta act as barrier, placenta act as a barrier, means which check the transport of blood proteins, pathogens, and sex hormones. So the sex hormones concentration is more at the time of pregnancy. The sex hormones during pregnancy is highest concentration than normal. So pregnancy modalu, pregnancy nantara, at the time of pregnancy period, the sex hormone concentration, either estrogen or progesterone, those concentration is very, very high. Because during which only what those corpus luteum secreted more, that is progestrogens, the ovarian follicles which secrete estrogens, both hormones which are also secreted by placenta. Alva? So hangagi aa time alli jasti concentration irutte. So even the concentration is more, those hormones are not transport towards the fetus. So as well, sometimes a mother who is suffer from any disease during pregnancy, during which the pathogens which are caused disease in the mother, which does not supply, which does not transport to the baby, which check the disease caused in the babies. Got it? It may be any micro infections are there. What the antibodies which are secreted by the mother may be transported, which helps to reduce that pathogens. If akasmat enadru hodre, antibodies go. So like it acts as a barrier system. Got it? So as it acts as a immune system. Immune system akudana idu work aagta ide. So these are the important functions of placenta. So after implantation, that is what we discussed, embryonic development. Embryonic development. After implantation complete ಆದಮೇಲೆ the inner mass of cells in blastocyst rapidly divide to form and arrange 3 embryonic layers. 3 embryonic layers. So inner cell mass idiyalva. So idu trophoblast. ಈ inner cell mass ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ rapid division ಆಗಿ, so number of cells are formed inside the, so ಈ ತರ number of cells increase ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, blastocyst ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಅದು blastocyst ಇರುತ್ತೆ. So there is a presence of like a small cavity ತರ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. So these innermost cells are all arranged into 3 embryonic layers. So those 3 embryonic layers are outer ectoderm, inner endoderm. ಈ ಔಟರ್ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಎಕ್ಟೋಡರ್ಮ ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಒಳಗಡೆ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಎಂಡೋಡರ್ಮ ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ಆಫ್ ಔಟರ್ ಎಕ್ಟೋಡರ್ಮ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಇನ್ನರ್ ಎಂಡೋಡರ್ಮ್, there is formation of middle mesoderm. The mesoderm layer is formed in between these 2 layers. The innermost cells rapidly divide to form 2 layers, that is outer ectoderm and inner endoderm. ಈ ectoderm endoderm formation of ತಕ್ಷಣವೇ immediate formation of these mesoderm in between these 2 layers. ಈ layers ಮಧ್ಯೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು layer formation ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. So that is what we are called as mesoderm. Got it? So these 3 embryonic layers formed in the embryo, which have certain cells called stem cells. ಈ embryonic layers ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು cells, a particular cells, those cells what we are called as stem cells. Stem cells means the cells potency to produce all tissues. The cells which able to produce a different types of tissues. The cells potency to produce all tissues and organs. All tissues and organs are called stem cells. So these are what we are called as stem cells. Those cells, stem cells which able to different types of tissues are formed. Different types of tissues means what are the 4 categories of tissues which are present in the human or animal tissues? That is epithelial tissue, connective tissue, muscular tissue, and last that is nervous tissue. So these four groups of tissues are formed by those cells, that is stem cells. A very important stem cells. What are stem cells? For 1 mark questions will appear. So number of questions are arising here. So very important, that is stem cells. Even that is a NEET or CET exam, it's very important. The cells which have potency to produce all types of tissues. That is stem cells. In different angle they are asking questions. So as the stem cells are nothing but which are present in the 3 embryonic layers, embryonic layers cells. Those cells only able to produce different types of tissues and organs. Got it? So as at the time of during pregnancy period, these stem cells which able to produce all the types of tissues in the embryo, and those tissues combine together to form organs. Those organs combine together to form organ system. All organ systems combine together to form an organism. So like this way, there is formation of embryo during complete the pregnancy period. So as human pregnancy period, so that is nearly 9 months, 9 or 10 days. 9 months and 9 or 10 days. So nearly 280 days. So in these 280 days, after those 280 days, a complete development of baby. During which within 6 months, after the end of 6 months, there is formation of embryo, or the fetus is completely formed. So after 6 months, as we recognize the baby is born in 7th month, but not fully developed that baby. As we identify a 7-month baby and after 9-month parturition babies, 7 ತಿಂಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಹುಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ 9 ತಿಂಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಹುಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ 2 ಮಕ್ಕಳನ್ನು ಒಂದು ಕಡೆ ಇಟ್ಟರೆ ನಮಗೆ ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸಿಯೇಷನ್ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ. Which is the most matured one, which is the most developed one. But both, that is complete organ systems, complete baby is formed in both conditions. Under 6 months complete ಆಯ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ complete form ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. But during 6th to 9th month, that is, it will be taken to maturation. Maturity is nothing but the fully development, not completely mature. The development of baby takes place during those days. Got it? So that is after 1 month, at the end of first month, there is formation of heart. The heart is formed after 1 month of baby. So at the end of 2nd month, there is complete formation of limbs and digits. Limbs and digits. So as at the end of 3rd month, at the end of 3 months or trimester, so most of complete formation of organ systems, complete formation of organ systems. and external genital organs. Complete formation of organ systems and genital organs. So as we discussed, the external genitalia in both the male and female reproductive system. In external genitalia in females, mons pubis, labia majora, labia minora, hymen, clitoris, which are present around the vagina, and external genitalia in males, that is a formation of a development of that is penis. So those which complete formation of organ systems, like different organ systems, digestive system, respiratory system, circulatory system, excretory system, like both all organ systems and genital organs are completely developed in trimester or at the end of 12 weeks or 3 months. 12 weeks or the first trimester. The first trimester is one of the critical stage of development of fetus, because maybe of more congenital diseases. Do you know what I mean? Congenital diseases. The disease arise by birth. Puttutane bandirtakkanta koilenu congenital diseases antive. So those congenital diseases maybe which are organized during at the formation of these organ systems or genital organs or something. During which, that's why the first trimester is most critical stage. So critical stage so complete formation of organs and organ systems and everybody is complete. So our type of matra is systems formation of iruttallva. So our systems correct form aaytu andre it is success. Maybe something is wrong going in the formation of organ systems. For example, reproductive system alli yavadondu organ develop agalilla. He is not fit for reproduction. It is a congenital diseases. There is not complete formation of uterus. Uterus correct agalilla. Testis correct agalilla. Genital organ correct formation agalilla. So is certain disorders are there in that baby or fetus. So that's why it is one of the critical stage. That is the first trimester stage. If it is successful, there is formation of complete organism correct agagate. So inadru ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆದರೆ ಈ ಸ್ಟೇಜ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆಗಬೇಕು. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಇದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಕ್ರಿಟಿಕಲ್ ಸ್ಟೇಜ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಕರೀತೀವಿ. But next, at the end of 5th month, there is complete formation of hairs on head. That is growth of hair on head. Growth of hair on head. So as even that is at the end of 6th month or 2nd trimester, there is body is covered with hair, like eyelashes, eyelids, etc. So then these within the 6th month, the complete formation of babies takes place. The next 3 months, because it takes once again 3 months, there is development of that is growth and development of the body, growth and development of the fetus. During the next pregnancy period, this period what we are called as gestation period ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಕರೀತೀವಿ ನಾವು. ನಮ್ಮ ಇದೆಯಾ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಿದೆ. Gestation period. The gestation period is nothing but the developmental stages of the baby or the embryo. Got it? So at the end of those 9 months, the baby or the fetus which is ready to expulsion from vagina or through birth canal. That is what we are called as parturition. So the last parturition and lactation. Parturition and lactation. What do you mean parturition? Delivery of baby, or it is called childbirth. Delivery of baby or delivery of fetus called parturition. So at the end of pregnancy, after complete development of fetus, the baby is ready to expel. The parturition which requires certain signals. The parturition which is required certain signals, that is the signals from originate from fully developed fetus and placenta induce mild uterine contractions. That is the signals for parturition. The signals for parturition originate from fully developed fetus and placenta. So ಯಾವಾಗ ಬೇಬಿ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಡೆವಲಪ್ ಆಗಿದೆಯೋ in the womb of mother, so the baby only originate the signal. Baby ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ signal ಬರಬೇಕು. That signal even originate from the placenta. So both originate, induce the mild uterine contractions. Mild uterine contraction. So uterine contraction ge idare. That mild uterine contraction signals to release oxytocin hormone. Very important. These mild contractions which trigger, which stimulate to release the oxytocin hormone from posterior part of pituitary gland. That is posterior part of pituitary gland. So, it is what we are called as neurohypophysis. You previously tilಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀರಿ. The pituitary gland has two lobes, anterior pituitary, posterior pituitary. Anterior pituitary called adenohypophysis. The posterior pituitary called neurohypophysis. Follicle stimulating hormone, LH hormone, which are secreted from adenohypophysis. But these, the oxytocin hormone secreted by pituitary gland, that is neurohypophysis part of pituitary gland or posterior part of pituitary gland. Got it? Which trigger uterine contractions or stronger uterine contractions, or one more. So these uterine contraction once again trigger the signal sent to the pituitary gland to release more hormones of these oxytocin hormone. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ the combination of neuroendocrine system, that is nervous system and endocrine system, which helps to parturition. Adike parturition is one of a complex of neuroendocrine system ant karetive. Neuroendocrine process ant karetive. Eke antandre once the mild contractions which send the signal to pituitary gland through the nervous system in the signal ಕಳಿಸ್ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕು ಎಲ್ಲಿಗೆ pituitary gland to release oxytocin hormone. ಅವು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಆಕ್ಸಿಟೋಸಿನ್ ಹಾರ್ಮೋನ್ ರಿಲೀಸ್ ಆಯ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ those oxytocin hormone which are act on uterine muscles to contract. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕಾಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ಆಯ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ಸಿಗ್ನಲ್ ಮತ್ತೆ which send the signals to release the one more means more oxytocin hormones from the pituitary gland. So ಈ ತರ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗಿ ಎರಡರ ಮಧ್ಯೆ a complex process ಇರುತ್ತೆ. So by these release more oxytocin hormones from pituitary gland to strong contractions of uterine muscles. ಯಾವ muscles contraction ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಮೊದಲೇ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀನಿ. At the time of we discussed at the time of uterus. Uterus has one layers, that is endometrium inside, middle mesometrium, that is myometrium, outer perimetrium, which is the muscular layer, that is muscular layer, middle muscular layer, that is myometrium. That myometrium shows more contractions. So that more contractions which leads to parturition of or expulsion of baby through birth canal. That is delivery of baby through birth canal. Delivery of baby through birth canal. That is what we are called as parturition. So the signals for a parturition originate from fully developed fetus and placenta, induce mild uterine contractions. It is what we are called as fetal ejection reflex. Fetal ejection reflex. ಈ process ಅನ್ನ fetal ejection reflex ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಕರೀತೀವಿ. That fetal ejection reflex originate once again mild contraction of signals to release oxytocin hormone. So it is also asking for one mark. Fetal ejection reflex. parturition. अर्थ आयता? Fetal ejection reflex is nothing but the signals for parturition originate from fully developed fetus and placenta induce mild uterine contractions. That is what we are called as fetal ejection reflex. So that's why parturition we call it as that is neuroendocrine system, because pituitary gland is an endocrine gland which releases the oxytocin hormone. Through the blood only those hormones which are move towards the reproductive system, female reproductive system, that is especially towards the myometrium. If you combination that is more contractions, strong contractions leads to expulsion of baby. That is delivery of baby. That is what we are called as parturition. So after delivery of baby, a baby ready to suck the milk from mammary gland of mother. At the end of pregnancy, or during pregnancy, differentiation of mammary glands, that is growth and development of mammary glands, will take place during pregnancy period. During pregnancy, differentiation of mammary glands and at the end of pregnancy, mammary glands start secretion of milk. It is what we are called as lactation. During pregnancy period, growth and development of mammary glands, and at the end of those pregnancy, the mammary gland starts to secretion of milk. That is what we are called as lactation. During initial few days of lactation, the milk secretes called colostrum, or milk secrete during initial few days of lactation is called as colostrum. ಯಾವ ತರ ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೂ ಬರೀದು. Milk secretes during initial few days of lactation called colostrum. So after delivery, a mother who feed their young one or baby, it is must and should. So that's why doctor advised to mother to give her breastfeed must and should, because this colostrum, which has immunoglobulin or antibodies, which helps to development of immune system in baby or child. So the antibodies helps to development of immune system in the baby. That is IgA, a type of antibody that is what we are called as immunoglobulin A. There are 5 types of immunoglobulins. ಮೊದಲನೇ ಹೇಗಿದ್ದೆ game, immunoglobulin G, immunoglobulin A, immunoglobulin M, immunoglobulin E, immunoglobulin D. So different types of immunoglobulins, out of which immunoglobulin A is present in the colostrum. Immunoglobulin A is present in the colostrum. The colostrum is nothing but milk secreted during initial few days of lactation. So the initial few days of lactation, what the mother secrete milk called colostrum. The colostrum is the right of baby. Adu aa maguvina hakku. That is the right of baby to suck the colostrum from the mother. So that's why the doctor who advised the mother after delivery to give the breastfeed only, don't give any additional foods during such a time. So because of that colostrum milk which has immunoglobulin A, that is the antibody, that is which has antibodies which helps to secrete development of immune system, or which helps to increase the immune power of baby. Okay. So here the lactation and colostrum which are important, and the name of antibody present in the colostrum, it is also important. So it is end of your 3rd chapter. So you recall once again all the 3 chapters in the first unit. So next we start the 4th chapter. Thank you.